in the process of this documentary, that is where a lot of these thoughts have come from. That's where the thoughts of, where, like I said earlier, there are a billion people in the world, but so many people have a similar story. That's where the thoughts of, I'm tired of seeing people every day just being comfortable, settling. I'm tired of seeing people just, it'll work itself out. I'm tired of people saying I have no reason to make my voice known. I have no reason to vote. I have no reason to voice my opinion. I have no reason to argue. I have no reason to engage in critical thinking. All that has begun to make me sick to my stomach.
You got the idea, Joshua. You got it. And that's why he's the big host. Okay.
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Nice
hold up, man. I like that.
Appreciate it.
I am telling you, with your ability to communicate, there's no reason in the world why somebody is not toting you from Maine to Mississippi, speaking to the people who need to be spoke to.
Always follow your dreams, stick to your gift, and stick to life, because you have to live it and let them live it for you. Peace.
They get it. He gets it, doesn't he? He gets it. He really gets it.
Every time you go through something, every night of your life, you should reflect on the next day. How can I make myself an iota better? How can I increase something just a little bit? You know,
I am the change I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There's something to be learned from winning, something to be learned from losing. You know, something to be learned from good, something to be learned from bad. And, you know, never disrespect losing, because without a loser, there can't be a winner. So, I mean, you learn from all those experiences, and I always have. You know, you make mistakes, but you learn from them.
I begin to recognize that the sky is really the limit, and that you can't accomplish anything you put your head to do if you're willing to pay the price for that commitment. And so
you're born with all the gifts and all the drive and all the courage and everything you ever need. You were born with that. And if you really want something done, you have to reach in yourself and pull out that strength that you're born with. Because as you get older, you forget by what your friends tell you, your coworkers, your family. You forget what you were put here to do.
I believe that until America, across the board, black and white, engage in the process of critical thinking, we are going to be in trouble.
There's a big difference between how I think you guys were raised by your parents and how you raise your kids now, or the kids you look after now, or at least the generations. Like I said, the communication is not there like it used to be. You know, what do you think, as the generation closest to ours, what do you think y'all can do and we can do to make sure that that gap is bridged?
I think as parents, we have to choose our words differently when we talk to you all. But that's where that bridges the gap, and we have to learn how to kind of meet.
we're not going to agree on everything, but just because I don't understand your language per se, I can try to understand your language, but at the same time you have to try to understand mine. But most of all, we have to learn to respect each other where we are. You know, knowing that when I say something to you, it comes from years of experience, it comes from age, it comes from wisdom, and I'm a little wiser than you are. And you have to appreciate that and be able to accept that. And then I have to appreciate that I don't know your language, like technology. I have to learn from you. Whenever I want to do something technical, I find me a young person because I know that you know much better than me. Right? And I respect that very much. I do. I really respect that you guys are brilliant. And I appreciate that in you. So,
well, I think you're absolutely correct. I think the true parenting is about having that balance. Mm-hmm. You know, we can't say we're going to rear our children the way our parents reared us, because they have a whole set of issues, different set of issues and challenges that we did not have. Mm-hmm. You know,
it's not easy growing up as a young person today, but I think if you really tune into and tap into all of the support systems that you have around you. And then I think you have to listen. I think young people really have to listen, and you got to have it in your heart to want to do the best that you can do.
I think it's a two-way street. If we want to bridge the gap, we need to make forth an effort, and so do they. But I don't think adults will make an effort like that.
Age specific.
Well, it's as far as young people are concerned, it's proven in studies that until they're 26 to 28, they don't have good judgment of what can cause them bodily harm. You know, you have that daredevil complex when you're young, and I think a lot of that goes to speak to their judgment to make, you know, important decisions as well.
So what about you? Do you feel the same way? And do you feel like the internet...
not as judgmental about it as he is. I tend to think that, you know, the youth is more leading us into, a different time, and I think that's always hard when, you are older to see things changing. And, we don't always understand what our boys and kids do, and, but I think the way they think is usually a little different. But I thought differently than my parents.
Being a part of my generation and looking at you guys, I love the fact that, like it's been said here, that y'all have come out and y'all are being transparent. Y'all are showing how you feel, why you feel that way. And as teenagers, a lot of times we're not going to understand or care about a lot of things you say, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, but y'all been there. But we're not going to hear a lot of that. But some things we can take and we can put in our language, or I can take and put in our language. The things that you say, I might be able to re-say them just in a way that kids will understand. And that's what I think has to happen. I think it's also been said up here, adults have to show a general sense that they care. But teenagers, on the flip side, also have to show the general sense of respect, because a lot of teenagers nowadays don't show respect. A friend of mine, he will say stuff to the teacher, and I just look at him like, dude, why would you go that far with a teacher? That is an adult. I don't care what she said or how you feel about her. You should show enough respect to her to not speak to her that way. And I think that's a problem our generation has because of the media, because of the information we have. My mom says this all the time. We think we're grown. And because a lot of times we think we have access, or we think we have knowledge that y'all didn't. It's just because we have the new phones, or just because we have access to the internet, we say, okay, we know more than them now. Okay, just because we can make money without y'all knowing it, we think we can go on our own house. And I think that's wrong. As in my generation, we need to show that respect your wisdom, but we also need to notice that y'all care. And I think that's where the gap can really be bridged, by showing care and respect coming together. And both parts have to do it. It's not going to just happen with the kids. It's not going to just happen with the adults doing it. We have to work hard. Y'all have to work just as hard. And I'm going to wrap with that.